Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news. The NFL world is buzzing right now with some serious trade rumors that could shake up not only the NFC East but the entire landscape of the league. Reports are indicating that the Miami Dolphins, currently stuck in a turbulent 5-8 season with an offense struggling to find consistency, are exploring a blockbuster move that might just change everything. The Dolphins, who have been underwhelming this year with an average of 20 points per game, are considering trading superstar wide receiver Tyreek Hill, arguably one of the most explosive and game-changing players in the league, directly to the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, you heard that right. The Cowboys could be on the verge of landing Hill, a player who can transform any offense with his sheer speed and ability to make big plays at will. Sources close to the Dolphins suggest that Miami is feeling the heat after a tough season. They're sitting at 5-8, and their offense, which once looked promising, has become inconsistent. Despite having talent, their attack is leaking points, about 20 points per game in 2025, and the coaching staff is pondering drastic measures. The idea is to ship Hill, who's just 31 but still maintains elite speed and playmaking ability, in exchange for first-round picks and a young cornerback. This move would free up approximately $28 million in cap space, money that could be invested in rebuilding their offensive line and strengthening their defense, which currently ranks 23rd in DVOA and has been giving up an average of 27 points per game. It's a classic rebuild move, but the question is, will Miami pull the trigger? Now, for the Cowboys, this potential trade could be seismic. Imagine adding Hill to their already potent offense. Dallas is currently sitting at 8-5, and their wide receiver core, led by C.D. Lamb, has been performing well, but they lack that game-breaking speedster who can stretch the field and turn short plays into explosive gains. Hill's profile fits perfectly with what Dallas needs to elevate their offense to the next level. With Dak Prescott throwing to him, the Cowboys could unlock a new dimension in their passing game, increasing their yards per game and creating mismatches that defenses wouldn't be able to handle. Hill, even with limited games in 2025 due to a hamstring injury, where he played only 9 games, still managed to rack up 52 receptions for 740 yards and 5 touchdowns, averaging 2 yards per catch. His chemistry on the field and his ability to create yards after the catch are second to none, making him a nightmare for defenders. The stats tell a compelling story. Hill's career totals surpass 500 receiving yards with 82 touchdowns, and he's known for his elite EPA per target, which is around +0.34, making him one of the most efficient receivers in the league. His explosive plays, especially when healthy, have been pivotal for Miami's offense. Despite injuries in weeks 4 and 10, Hill has shown resilience, playing 91% of snaps when active, and his ability to generate big plays, averaging 20 yards per route run and ranking in the top 10 in yards after catch, makes him an invaluable asset. From Miami's perspective, this move makes sense in some ways. They currently have about $19 million in cap space, but their Super Bowl odds are a long shot at +9,000, and they are clearly in a rebuild mode. Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback, has faced 5 concussions in 2025, which raises concerns about his long-term health and stability. Their defense, which ranked 23rd in DVOA, has been leaking points, and their offensive line has been decimated by injuries, 6 concussions alone, making it clear that they need to hit the reset button. Trading Hill for future assets, including first-round picks, could help them rebuild from the trenches up, especially after a disappointing start that saw the Jets do something similar with Zach Wilson in 2024. But for the Cowboys, this is an entirely different story. Adding Hill could be the final piece that pushes their offense into elite territory. Currently, Dallas's offense ranks 14th in total receiving yards, with around 300 yards, but with Hill, that number could easily jump to over 30 yards, especially considering his average of 82. 2 yards per game and the potential for him to rack up over 1 100 yards in the remaining games. His ability to stretch defenses and produce big plays aligns perfectly with Dak Prescott's deep ball proficiency, which has improved with plus 16% EPA on passes beyond 20 yards this season. When you compare Hill to CD Lamb, the duo would be a nightmare for defenses. Hill's yards per route would increase by plus 8 yards, and his YAC would jump by 21%, making him a true mismatch on nearly every play. The run game would also benefit from Hill's presence, opening up more play-action opportunities. With Tony Pollard and others in the backfield, defenses would have to respect the deep threat, which could create more room for the run game and reduce pressure on the offensive line. Dallas's defense, which is currently allowing around 20 points per game, would also see a boost, especially if the offense can sustain longer drives and keep opponents off the field. Hill's addition could be the spark that turns the Cowboys into a more balanced and explosive team, especially in critical moments of the playoffs. Looking at the bigger picture, the Super Bowl odds for Dallas have moved from plus 1,200 to plus 600 if this trade happens, reflecting how much experts believe Hill's presence could elevate their chances. The addition of such a dynamic playmaker in cold weather games, where Hill's explosiveness would be a massive advantage, makes the Cowboys even more dangerous as they gear up for postseason push. Simulations suggest that with Hill, Dallas's probability of winning the NFC could jump by plus 26%, and their chances of winning the Super Bowl could see a significant boost. Of course, there's always the question of whether Miami is truly willing to part ways with their star receiver, especially at such a crucial point in the season. Rumors indicate some hesitance, with Miami being cautious due to Hill's age and the pending extensions, which could complicate negotiations. But the potential rewards for Dallas are enormous. Adding Hill would not only give them a true game changer, but also send a message to the entire league that the Cowboys are still all in on contending for another Lombardi trophy. With the team already showing resilience and growth, a move like this could be the final piece that makes their Super Bowl aspirations a reality. So, Cowboys fans, it's an exciting time. We're on the brink of possibly witnessing a historic move that could redefine the NFC playoff picture. The idea of Hill donning the star and running routes that leave defenses in the dust is enough to make any fan's heart race. This potential trade isn't just about adding talent, it's about shifting the entire balance of power, and Dallas could be the team to benefit the most. The NFL landscape is always shifting, but one thing is certain. If this deal goes through, the Cowboys will be remembered as the team that made a bold move to chase another Super Bowl run. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we look ahead, the entire NFL world will be watching how this story unfolds. Will Miami pull the trigger and send Hill to Dallas? And if they do, how will that change the Cowboys' offense and their chances in the playoffs? It's a storyline packed with drama, potential, and the promise of a new era for both teams involved. For Dallas fans, it's a chance to dream even bigger, knowing that the team is always looking for ways to improve and chase that elusive Super Bowl trophy once again. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.